Hello Leo, kia ora koutou katoa, welcome to my YouTube channel. So, this is for you Leo. Yes, you did hear right. You did actually hear right. I finally got round to it and I'm actually getting onto these at least a week before the beginning of, the next month or the new month, which is July 2021. So, there's a lot of, I'm just feeling a lot of a sense of more clarity and coming up and going into July. But for some of you may be there sensing that already, but I'm just feeling and starting to move into that. But I'm feeling a lot, maybe probably by the feel of it, a lot of you may be more feeling it or knowing that it's coming and July is going to be the month. And so it's like, yes, I feel like Spirit are just wanting to confirm with you, well, with most of you, if this resonates with you, you know, whoever this resonates with, that actually, yeah, things are starting to heighten. And it's interesting because I was paid particular notice to these clear quartz points here, crystals. So there's two of them. I just realized there was another one here now that were in a little dish, and I've just read some of them out, these little crystals, to add with the vibration of the energy of, you know, just lifting the energy and that forward movement. But it's that sense of focus and clarity that I'm getting, that it's more about with this crystal that is connecting with me at the moment for you to share with you, Leo. So anyway, just getting back to my introduction. So you're welcome. So this is for Leo, who and Sun. Oh God, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. So obviously, Spirit are really wanting to get cracking, get going. So that your energy is kind of like ready to go. It's like, right, I'm fucking over this. I'm ready to move. I'm ready to move, and I'm ready to get going. And there has been a lot of that energy actually, and I feel like for actually pretty much all of the signs that I've read so far. So. But on saying that us as we as a collective have all been going through, different things in different ways at different times and things like that. So, and there may have been a little bit of imbalance or somewhere along the line. So, but going back to you specifically, Leo, there's the energy is changing. So there's more of a feeling of things are starting to more, more fall into place for you, or there's some sort of definite movement in now that is coming up with in July. So I've actually started back to front. So this is maybe what has been happening. Maybe things have been feeling a little bit back to front, where you've got the answer but you haven't got the goods. So and then it's just been like, okay, now it's time to it's your time between then and coming into up to July has just been more, accumulating the knowledge, the wisdom, and putting into place different things where maybe you haven't been in that sort of, or done that before in the way that you have been doing it. So for some of you, I'm hearing some of it might have been in your eyes, a rushed job, or somebody else's eyes, but it's like you've come to the knowing that actually, if I had paid more attention to this at this part of the process, I would not be maybe here right now. And so it may be that you've kind of rushed something and not paid particular notice with something, or you've not, I wouldn't say skipped a process, but it's like maybe you've done it haphazardly, or, half pie in other words. And it's like you kind of knew that, maybe you kind of knew that, but you didn't really want to acknowledge that. But it's like, okay, that'll do for now. It's working. Let's carry on. And what I'm hearing from Spirit is maybe that for some of you, you've probably been beating yourself up about it. But what I'm hearing from Spirit is just, stop doing that, because sometimes we have to make do with what we've got because of the knowledge that we have, or the tools that we have, and that. So and I don't feel like Spirit is like, give me that feeling. It's not that it's like held you back. It's that sometimes we feel that you've been held back, or you feel that you've been held back because things have been like moving, and you're kind of like pointing to that as being the instigator. Some ways, yes, it is, but otherwise, no, it's not, because it's like giving you a bit of room to investigate or research or observe what actually needs to be put in place. So it's like now, in a way, if you had done what you did do if you had done it like in a different way to how you did do it, it may be that you might have spent actually in the end, and it may be that you're seeing now, or you will see in July, coming into July, because I'm speaking like we're in July. So that you'll start to see that actually, you know what, it needed to happen that way, or it was meant to happen that way, because I now know this, so I can tweak this, and it's not cost as much time, energy, stress with what it could have done, money, or, you know, people, you know, in that sort of sense. But it's like, okay, and because I'm hearing that you maybe have doubted your intuition as well. So, but anyway, there's something that's moving, and it's beautiful, because it feels like it's starting to, like, okay, come to, and you're like, okay, I get that now. Okay, so, or you're learning to live with it when you've processed it in a certain way. Brilliance. Okay, that's the first card out in the mind. Okay, with the mind here, it's like, I do feel like there's like some sort of brilliance, is like something is showing up where it is like, I'm hearing like a brilliant idea or a brilliant move, and like you're starting to see that now. The move that you made, or the challenge that was put up for you, was brilliant in a way. So influence, okay, for the next. So there may have been, like, I'm drawn to the moon on this card, and the energy on this, excuse me, something that didn't fit right with you. But anyway, because this is I'm drawn to the energy of the moon energy up the top there, or the sign, the symbolism, and the pictures there. But because what I'm hearing is, what am I hearing? Okay, because it's like what they're showing, it's a cycle. There's a cyclic thing or a cyclic thing going on here. So, and the moon cycles can have an influence on our, as you know, probably most of you's, our emotions, and you know, and which makes, you know, when we, okay, on our emotions, which is kind of like, and our emotions, I wouldn't say always rule us, but they give us an indication about what is going on. And sometimes, you know, we are fully, you know, at times in our lives, we're fully run by our emotions. So it's like sometimes we need to go into our head. It's finding that balance into our mind, or like logic, you could say. But not overdoing that. It's finding that balance. So about where your intuition, or there's the moon cycles are showing us when to slow down, when to, you know, when to move. And that, you know, when I say show, it can show up as things popping up. It can show up as like when we're feeling or sensing that we need to slow down. And our intuition is telling us, you know what, let's just slow down. So there's been an influence there that is, and I would say for some of you it's a really emotional influence, but you know, it's kept you moving and kept you going. So it's not like it was a negative thing. It could be if you stopped completely and not really took notice of or acknowledged what was going on with you. But anyway, there's some sort of consistency. We're here with this card. I love these cards. These are the Energy Earth Oracle deck cards, and we're doing a flow. Oh my God, I just realized I've just gone straight into the reading, and I'm just thinking, hang on a minute, this is what happens with me. I get carried away and I just like belt out the message. So I'm just going to retrace back. So this is, yeah, for Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. So I just want to remind everybody that these reads are general, so they may or may not resonate with you fully, if at all. If they don't, or if you find that, just check out what your other signs are. And that's why I mention, you know, this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or each sign, whatever sign I'm doing, and or Venus. So it could cover from your person, what's going on with your personality in your life, how you're feeling with yourself personally, your emotions and how they're affecting you, and your soul sign with the rising. They call it soul, or, you know, rising sign. There's another word for it as well. But also in the Venus and like relationships, as well as you know, on love side of things as well. So, you know, check out what your other signs are saying for you. If you do not know what your other signs are, and there is, and you're unfamiliar with that, with what I'm talking about here, there is a link in the description box below that will take you to a website that has a free calculator on it, and it will work it out for you. And by doing that and checking your other signs, especially if, you know, if this isn't fully resonating for you, you know, it just gives you, or whether if it is, even if it is, a little bit more of a comprehensive overview about what could be going on for you in the future, okay? And like I say, and there's, you know, and like I'm doing all the signs, you know, so check out the other ones as well. So anyway, then we have this stretch. So this is, you know, stretch. So what I'm really just about, I think, 1, 2, 3. I've only done 4 signs so far, but out of those 4, 3 have got this card stretch. So, in all of them, I keep going back to, like, here is stretching the mind, stretching the mind and how you think about things and your perspective about things, and pulling in and sharing the knowledge, actually drawing in the knowledge and the wisdom that you have from, you know, this lifetime, and probably for many of you, as you'll understand this, like past lifetimes too. So some of you, you know, some people might have said to you, gosh, you're a really old soul, because you know shit that you shouldn't really know, or you don't really think that you should know, because it just comes out. But anyway, going back to stepping back a moment, but stretching your mind, it's like you're stretching your energy outside of your comfort zone as well. So there's a sense of encouragement about that, and it's on a soul level as well. So it's like, I feel like you're starting to get, you know, you're starting to get to this point where you're beginning to more understand or realize these other facets of you or parts of you that and actually, you know, oh gosh, and you're starting to embrace different areas of your life, and people even, because it's like you've stretched your mind, or you've pushed your energy out, and you've reached out and you've allowed people, you've reached out to help people, or you've reached out for help to receive and or give. I'm really liking this too, but I've just noticed it. I didn't notice it the other day, but she is actually pregnant. So there's something about a new birth and a new beginning that's coming up. And I do feel like for a lot of you, is like you, if you're not there already now, coming into July, like it may be coming more all together for you. And it's like, whoa, okay, I kind of get that now. So it's like you're like allowing you're allowing yourself to grow. It's like, okay, you're letting your hair down, you're letting your hair out. So all these, like, I'm hearing like they're giving it like receptacles and things like that are starting to, or antennae are starting to like allow you reach out, tap into new knowledge, different knowledge, but just new things or different things, and maybe like old things that you have packed up away, and letting yourself to get out there and be able to experience different things as well, or new, those old things, different, you know, different, like what I'm hearing is like something like painting, or like a hobby or something like that that you have done and you put away in the past. You've put away in the past. You've left it there and you think, I'm not going to go back and do it, or you don't think it, or you've just parked it up because you've had your family now and different responsibilities. I'm hearing some of you might have been in a band singing or playing an instrument. Maybe that you used to play rugby. Okay, you may not play rugby, but you may get into another another sport or support in some way or form. So it's kind of like there's a whole lot of things going on there with opportunity, I'm hearing. So this is interesting, because I thought I was going to go down and put these cards down, but they're going across. So anyway, so brilliant. So in the mind, body, spirit, soul area, so they're looking here, brilliance. It's like, I feel like there's a brilliance as an energy coming through that's brought out some sort of idea. And there's like, I think also you felt like a brilliant moment as well. A moment of brilliance come out of you, and it's like, shit, I haven't thought like that, or I haven't done that, or I didn't think I could do that. And it's like, next minute I'm doing that. So and it's like you've seen something, a brilliance inside of you, and it's like maybe you've tucked away your light, some of you, and it's like now it's time, and you're seeing and you're feeling more able to get it out, or let that another side of you out again. It's like there's like, I'm just hearing like the flame, you've lit the flame, the spark has been lit again, and it's like, okay, I get that now. And so you're allowing yourself to like see, feel, do, be, and give and have, and all these things in different ways and forms now. Now, it's also around here, I'm seeing like there may have been a time where there's, you know, you didn't think there was something coming up, but there is. So the Ace of Pentacles here. So there's some, like typically this card is about a new opportunity coming through, or a gift, or because in other decks there is a hand that comes out in the clouds with a coin, holding a coin. But this one here is stuck in the tree. So, well, not stuck in a tree. Well, it's in front of a tree. So not sure what that's about. Anyhow, so I'm just going to go with this because, okay, so it's maybe you're not too sure about that. That's where they're going, because I'm wondering why the hell am I babbling on about that. So what I'm hearing is, for this one, it's like, you know, you're maybe not too sure about what's coming up, because it's like, I feel like what I'm hearing is like, this is like too good to be true. Sometimes, yes, it is like too good to be true, but you may get that feeling, but it's like, I feel like because this, there is something about, because things are like starting to fall into place, and it's like maybe it's not happened to you like that for a little while with certain things. So this could be like for a relationship, a career, or a business idea, and it may be like funding for your career or your business or study or something like that. You may win a scholarship or something like that. So it's just it's something like that. Or it may be that you're getting a new job. It could be like something like, there's a new baby coming into the family, into your family, or you might be your first baby or another baby or whatever. So it's like, wow, I didn't think that would ever happen, or I didn't think that would happen again, or whatever it is for you in whatever context it is for you in your life. So it's like there's a wish or a dream come true in a way with this pentacle. So it's like, don't, what I'm hearing is, don't overthink it. Let's just explore it and have an open mind and an open heart and see where that takes. Because if you put your nose in it, it's like, that's when we start to muck it up. Okay, but I do feel like here with the Nine of Cups, it's like you're at peace with whatever it is that's coming as well. So it's like, it's like, in a way, it's like, thank God for that. And that's because the Nine of Cups is about, things coming together emotionally, but also within the family wise, but with relationships and everything. So there's something about that coming through there. I do feel like there may be something also about, with this brilliant idea. It's like there may have been an issue with, an issue or a thought around, or a limiting belief around money and finances and something like that, and it may be something, it's like you've found a way to get around it now, and it's going to keep everybody happy. So it's like bringing the family together, but most importantly or it's going to sit right with you. So it's like you're coming to an end of a cycle, basically. Nines for me is something is nearing an end there, and it's like, but you're giving thanks and graciousness and with everything in nature there, because I'm just seeing that nature, that something is about to begin to be, coming into the new, or letting go. Because what is that for me is like, it looks like it's autumn going into winter because there's snow in the background. So it's interesting because I live in New Zealand and we're actually in autumn now, and it's just started going into our Matariki season, or the Māori New Year, which begins in officially yesterday, June the 21st. So, which is the beginning of winter season here. So, those of you who get that, this is something is definitely coming in, and so there's something new coming, because this new winter sets the scene to that's part of the season where we are hunkering down a little bit more, and we're hibernation, but it's where all the other new growth from underneath starts to shift and germinate and get ready for spring to blossom again. Okay, cool. That's awesome. And then we have influence moving over there. Okay, I thought we were going to go 3 rows, but we're not. So influence over here. So this is that something is influencing you. I do feel like it's your emotions in a way, but thoughts and feelings, but it's not in, and it's like, but I'm just feeling, oh gosh, for some of yous, it's not in the way that it used to be. So it may be that your emotions really did lead you up the garden path in a way where it's like you're feeling some sort of, may have been like some sort of, not so well, a regret for some of yous, and you may have seen it like that, but more so it's like, oh, I wish I did understand it. It's a pity I didn't think about that properly or well, or let my, and then you realize that actually I was in this emotional state. So there's some of these sorts of epiphanies that are coming around. So you're starting to make decisions better or differently now, based on what you know, or a little bit of logic and intuition. It's like you're discerning what is a thought and what is an intuition, or what is within that emotional state that you may have been in. And I get that, having a few experiences and trial and error with myself in my lifetime. But as we do, and this is what I feel like Spirit is just wanting to say. It's like, you'll know you're getting better at it and at that discerning. So it's beautiful. So, but I do feel like it's like remembering, the flip side of it is remembering that that's all good. The moon, and once we start to understand, and this is why the cycles, understanding what the moon cycles are about, you know, you don't have to super study it, but it's like if you get a good gist of knowledge about how it works in the different in the different cycles, like with say the full moon is coming up, so that means, you know, it's what they call it, the waxing moon. So waxing means to expand or grow. So as the energy of the moon and the full moon, the moon is expanding and growing into the full moon, it intensifies things. So energy might expand, all sorts of other things might expand, and your emotions might expand a bit more, or might intensify a little bit more, or with whatever you're going through, to help you shift through things, or help you. It could even be that you're energized, and your energy in your emotions may not necessarily be in a sad way. It may be more in a heightened, happy way, joyous way. So just thinking about your emotions, it doesn't necessarily mean to say that you have to be sad for it to have an emotion. Okay. And it could be, you know, anger. So it's like, or frustration, you know, that may be around you. So it's just being mindful of that. What, you know, and being aware, conscious, being in your conscious self, and aware about what is going on in yourself. This is a study about ourselves basically in this life, isn't it? Really, and how the moon cycles can affect us with their energy, with its energy, and it's so powerful, so helpful. So anyway, going back into that, so influence, so just being, you know, they're helping us. The moon cycles are helping, and the planets are helping us to help us shift through things. Okay. And there could be other influences in your life that may have like influence when talking about things in the past. They're an influence around you might have been other people's thoughts, feelings, and so, you know, and some you know, habits and addictions and that sort of thing, limiting beliefs and things that may have, you know, been influenced by others in your life, and also that to why you made certain decisions in your lifetime. And, you know, there may have been some sort of trauma that or traumatic experience or situation that around there too. So it's, you know, Spirit are just saying, it's like, take it easy on yourself. So the Four of Wands coming into the Four of Wands with this card here, it's like there's something, you know, a celebration, like something's moving on. And I feel, because the Three of Wands is, you know, before the Four of Wands. So, you know, the Three of Wands is like we're in search of something, and you may have been sitting on something, or you may have been looking out and taking that next step. So this is for me, how I see the Four of Wands at the moment for you is more about the celebration is about, yes, I've taken that next step, and it turned out pretty well. So, and I'm glad that I did take that next step, because I now know what I know. And I now know, I now know what I know. And it's like, and it may not have been as bad as what you in your mind you had it been, you put in there, and it's just like taking that next step. It's like, well, actually, you know, I'm glad I did that now. So, and it may be, you know, they're talking about, you know, it's something that's challenging, or that limiting fear or belief pattern that is like you've put in your mind, like I say, with this influence of others, and you've taken the next step. So, and you've realized, actually, I was so bloody glad that I did. And and remember, this is like, it could be in whatever area of your life, or whatever is going on for you. Interesting. We have the moon here. So the moon, you know, it brings out, and because this moon cycle, beautiful, it brings out all these secrets and lies and things like that. I know it sounds really mysterious, doesn't it? And it is. So, you know, and that brings up all these things, and for us to like visit within ourselves. And it can be literally secrets and lies that we've been telling ourselves, or secrets and lies that, you know, we've been influenced by, that haven't really sat right with us, but we've gone along and, you know, followed along with it anyway, because it was the norm thing to do, or because we had no choice to at that time, or we felt like we had no choice to. But it may be now that you're seeing that because you've taken this step, and you're glad that you actually like felt that fear, felt that love, and did it anyway, and you took a punt on yourself. So the moon is just there to say, like, yep, just remember that I'm here, and keep an eye out on me. It's also about intuition, and, you know, it can heighten our intuition as well. So taking notice of discerning, you know, what is your intuition again, and, you know, what is not, okay, what is actually thought. But seems to me like there is some sort of consistency. Oh, it's interesting. I've still got 2 more cards to go. Consistency here. with this next card here with the Energy Oracle deck here. So it's like what I'm hearing is like, I feel like Spirit are just talking about there is some sort of keeping some sort of consistent track on yourself, basically. And when I'm saying that, what are we saying there, Spirit? And so what they mean by that is like that consistency, you know, it helps us stay on track, basically. So we're not lagging behind, and we don't, you know, and we're not getting on ourselves, or you're not getting on yourself. It's like, but there's some sort of consistency, like being on time. It could be like staying to some sort of routine. It could be like being that consistency of keeping an eye on what these moon cycles are about for you. And you know, in that sort of sense. And then we have, you know, but it's also some of you, I'm hearing like there maybe some sort of consistency with exercise, going to work, turning up to work, going to work, you know, and all that sort of thing, at a specific time, or making changes. But there's definitely consistency is a big word there. I keep wanting to say that. The Six of Pentacles. Okay, Pentacles has come through here, the next for you, Leo, and it talks about not just the money side of things, but you know, with the Pentacles there. But I feel like that's like there's like you're more able to, because you're keeping up this consistency, as in looking at yourself, getting some sort of organization or routine going, and with the changes that are coming up for you, it's like you're having more energy, and maybe energy, because the Pentacles can be about family, energy, money, health, that sort of thing. And it may be, and so looking at that, you may have more to be able to give and or receive, whatever that is for you. And you're seeing that now, because look, this one here, that tree is full of blossoms. So there's something new that's coming from that, because the Five of Pentacles, if that were here, is like, you know, this is some sort of hardship, and you may have been through, but now you're like, because you've taken this next step here with this Four of Wands, with this idea and with this opportunity, you're starting to see actually, you know, that it's like that process or that cycle that actually it's coming back around, where actually now I feel like I'm actually able to give and or receive. So whether that's on a mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, or even a soulful level, you know, with mind, body, spirit, soul, whatever that is for you, with whatever is going on in your life, whether it's a love, work, business, you know, family, or health issue that's going on, or something, or maybe you're thinking it's going on, or whatever, is something is happening. But it seems to be like there's a move away from some sort of strife, which will start to like settle your mind. Your mind will start to settle down. But there is something about making decisions, and it's generally, because that's what the Swords is about. It's about all that stuff that goes on in our head, and often it's because when we have that clutter, it's because we're holding off making a decision or a choice. And 9 times out of 10, it clutters up there because we're not sure. And it may be that we're needing to do some more research. We may be needing to be honest with ourselves. We may be needing to like disconnect with something, something or someone. And it may be that we're needing to like, you know, just get to, you know, build a better relationship with ourselves. But it's generally about communicating something while we're like, it's stuck in our head. So it's a, you know, in making a decision. And so therefore, when we do that, we're able to get our power, be in our power. Some people say get our power back, or, you know, step into our power, whatever it is. But it's like, it's allowing us our power to like shine, in our light shine, basically, is where, you know, we're putting it now today. So, and by doing that, it's just going to take, you know, you're going to need to stretch your mind, basically, and stretch out and reach out. So expand your vibration. And I just love how these roots and are expanding out, and these ideas and thoughts, and there's some new beginning, or new ground, or new seeds that are coming, so, or new ground being reached, basically. So I love that. So the Emperor here talks about, you know, he's a leader, he's an authoritative figure energy. So you could be, you know, I mean, well, you're a fire sign, so yeah, that could be you there, like you with the Four of Wands here is probably obviously you, because we're doing fire. Just really click to that. So it's like dancing around that campfire, because it's like whatever it is, you've gotten over something. And the Emperor here, you know, fire sign again, I'm led to believe and think, okay, yes, the Spirit are just like reconfirming that, because I'm seeing this, the Aries, the Aries there, I want to say the goat. But there was another word there that I was, descriptive word that I was wanting to use for that. But anyway, so now I'm just thinking Aries, but fire sign. So there could be an Aries that's around you, but I'm feeling that's more you, as in, you know, being a fire sign energy as well, is bringing in that side of you, that leadership side of you coming out, let it come out. But there is something with the Emperor there that, you know, there is, you know, maybe a leadership role, or you stepping into one, or stepping up, you know, upgrading yourself, up-leveling yourself, stepping up to the plate for some of yous again, or, you know, or now, whatever it is for you. But I'm just also feeling like there's something to do with business, because he's very successful. He puts his mind to it and he gets going, a lot like, to me, like the King of Wands in a way, but he's a little bit of all the kings put together. So for me, that's how I see it. But there's that magician side of him as well. So, but on saying that, he is an authoritative figure, so he can pull things together, you know, and he could lead people in the way, this is where I'm here, to help bring things together. So that's where I feel like there's some of the stretch coming in, is like stretching out, but being able, because you know, feeling able to like reach out to people to help you out in some way or form. Three of Wands, here we have that Three of Wands again. So it may be like your soul is like looking, you know, out there, and in its time, in your time, your soul is saying to you, it's time to take the next step, and which is the Four of Wands there. So in next step, so wherever that is, or whatever that is for you next month, even going into August, it's like there is like, you'll go through this phase, and then you'll find yourself going through, you know, looking out there to taking the next step. You know, not so much, well, where to here from here now, but it's like setting another set of goals and, you know, plans, but because something is moving away where you're feeling like you're more able to move on saying that. But listening to your intuition, okay, but in allowing the moon, and like allowing yourself to follow what the moon's energy is bringing to you. Okay, the Seven of Swords here is like there's some sort of turning point with your mind and what's going on in your head and your thoughts and feelings and that sort of, but mainly your thoughts, and how you're going to communicate that. So this tree there is something is moving, so let's move with it. And I'm hearing like there's a tree there to help, you know, just help stabilize you and ground you. So it may be something is coming in really fast from this, you know, move away from strife. And it may be that you feel, oh gosh, I'm not ready for that. But I'm hearing like, go with it, because the Three of Wands is saying, you know, here, like, it's there, like looking at it, and you're getting blown away towards it. So it's like, okay, I love it. I just love that. Oh my gosh. You know, these, you know, the cards, spirit, you know, whether they be the tarot, the oracle, and when we connected with spirit and, you know, in the universe, it just never ceases to amaze me how shit rolls, how stuff rolls when we allow ourselves to move into that place of, you know, not going too far in our heads, and just dropping into our heart center, and connecting with our heart center, and taking a breath and breathing and stilling ourselves. Okay, so what I'm hearing is don't panic. Just, you know, just ground yourself and go with the flow of it. Okay, so that's an amazing July coming up for you in that sense. So lots of movement and lots of confirmation, and helping you to like shift through things, you know, that are happening in this June. And this may be all happening now for you. So I am actually recording this on Tuesday, the 22nd of June. So yesterday on the 21st was the winter solstice here in New Zealand. So we are moving into the full moon, which is on Friday the 25th here in New Zealand. So anyway, amazing, happy full moon, and take advantage of the energy that each moon cycle brings to you in order to grow, help you, to guide you as well. Okay, anyway, God bless you, and my guides and your guides, spirit, and we'll leave you with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure. Bye for now.